Yeah, so there was a network glitches, so we have to cut that and come back now. So if you can hear me, just let me know in the comment section that you can hear me. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for joining us live. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining us. I think that was a network problem. So I'm going to continue from where we stopped, and I hope we'll be able to catch up. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me now? Okay, so I've spoken extensively on the reason why we need to have a unique value proposition, and I've also spoken extensively on the industry overview, right? Why you must understand the industry, the sector you are going to invest your life on. Investing in business is, in my understanding, is investing in your life, because this is what you want to take through. You want to, your engagements, your daily engagements for a very long time. So you need to do it right. So we have spoken about your industry overview, and you must be able to identify who are the existing customers in the industry, right? You must be able to identify who are the existing customers in the industry, and you must be able to identify who are the customers in the sector, what is the market size. If you can hear me, please let me know so I know if there's anything wrong, right? Hello? Hello? Okay, I guess you cannot hear me. If you cannot hear me, then we might have to okay, yeah. So if you can hear me, just let me know. Let me know in the comment section, please. So I have spoken extensively about industry overview, and what that means is that you should have a good understanding of the industry. You should have a good understanding of the sector you want to invest your money in. And not just your money, you must understand the sector you want to invest your time and your life. So you must understand who are the existing competitors. I've explained this extensively, and I hope you understand that. So I have just spoken about the market, the target customers, the target market, and your market's customer segmentation. If you want to be a real business owner, right, you must understand what is your target market. And this is going to explain to you why everything we have explained in the past is now connecting. And you can see that your market research, you now can understand why your market research is very important. You now can understand why it is important for you, right, to be able to know your vision and the mission of your business. And this is where it's going to be useful for you. You must understand who are your target customers. Your targets, it is not easier for you to say these are your market customers when you don't have a market research, when you have not written your vision and your mission. If you have done all of this, then you will be able to identify your markets, your target customers. Take for instance, if the vision of a business is to be the largest poultry farmer in Lagos, you have limited your market caption to Lagos. And here, you have done your industry overview where you understand the size of the market in Lagos, where you understand the population in Lagos, where you have been able to identify who are the existing competitors in Lagos. So talking about your target customers will not be a problem for you. And I hope you get this right. So if you follow this step by step, and you can understand how all of these are going to be connected. So now you want to talk about your target customers. I want to give an example of Lagos. If you have identified your vision as being the largest poultry farm in Lagos, that is your customers. That is your target market. And in this Lagos, you want to know where are you going to site your factory or your business. You know, you have spoken about this at the beginning. So it is not going to be difficult for you to say my market or my business is going to be located in Ikeja. My business is going to be located in Ikorodu. My business is going to be located in Sogotedo, and so on and so forth. Once you're able to do this, you are beginning to segment your customers, your market. You are beginning to do your market segmentation. And once you do all of this at the beginning, it will not be a difficult thing to do to know who are your target customers. Your product class, your product kind of product you want to deal with is going to tell you who are your target customers. So for instance, if you are into egg distribution, this is where you're going to talk about your target customers. Your target customers could be business to business, like I was talking about. Are you going to be dealing directly with other business owners? And that is what they call business to business. I have begun to talk about your market segmentation. Your business model could also be business to consumer. Are you going to be dealing with consumers directly? Or you want to match the two together, where you're going to be dealing with business to business, and you're also going to be dealing with business to consumer. If you are a distributor of a product, for instance, if you are an egg distributor, and you want to divide your target customers, your target market, right? Do you want to be dealing with bakers who are business owners? Do you want to be dealing with other distributors who are going to be buying from you and sell it to consumers? Do you want to be dealing with retailers who are going to buy from you and sell to consumers? So this is where you're going to talk about your target market. And that is why you don't say everyone is your customers. No. This is where you segment. So you don't get disorganized. You must know who are your target customers. What market do you want to target? Are you going to be selling to people on 10 crates, 5 crates, 20 crates, or 100 crates per customers? So you must be able to identify. If you are able to do this, it will be easier for you when we get to feasibility and your financial analysis. It is going to be easier for you to say these are your expected revenue. It will be easier for you to say these are your expected profit every month. And it will be easier to calculate your break even by the time we want to do your break even analysis. And this is how you do this is why identifying your target market is very important. And this is why it is very important for you to do your market segmentation. And I hope you get this. So, if you are going to write about your target customers or target market, you must be specific. You must be specific about stating clearly, who do you want to sell to? Who do you want to attract? Right? If you are dealing with business to business, if you are into a distribution business, then you must be talking about business to business, because you want to distribute to retailers. You want to distribute to other wholesalers who are also going to supply to other people. And if you want to do with business to consumer, then the difference between these two is that one is bigger than another. If you are going to be dealing with business, other businesses, then you will understand that you are going to be dealing with a limited number of people who are going to be buying from you in bulk as a distributor. But if you are going to be dealing with business to consumer, what that means is that you are going to be dealing with a lot of people who are going to be buying from you in units. A retailer in any business is going to adopt a business to consumer, because they're not going to be selling to distributors or other wholesalers, right? And they're going to be dealing with a lot of people. So your resources, your infrastructures, your facilities that you're going to build to be able to service your segment is going to be defined by the model of your market. So if you are able to identify what model of market do you want to use, then it is easier for you to put your infrastructures, your resources available. For instance, if you're going to distribute to business, then you must understand you might need a vehicle. Apparently, you might not need a vehicle, and so on and so forth. So you must be able to say what your market segmentation is. How many states do you want to capture? How many towns do you want to be selling to? How many companies do you want to be dealing with? Right? And this is where you talk about your market segmentation and you talk about your target market. And I hope you understand that. Then we're also going to be talking about your customer competitors analysis. The next thing you're going to be talking about is your competitor analysis. Don't forget, I just spoke about your industrial overview. Your industry overview is going to tell you who are the existing competitors in this industry. Right? Now, this is the time for you to talk about them. You want to talk about your competitor analysis. Who are your competitors for your product or services you want to offer? I've mentioned several cases to you for you to be able to identify who are your competitors. If you are going to be distributing egg, right? Every other businesses that deals with egg distribution are your competitors. They are direct competitors. So you are going to have your direct competitors and you are going to have your indirect competitors. Your direct competitors are people that you do the same thing, that you belong to the same sector, that you do the same business. But your indirect competitors are those who do not do the same thing with you, but their businesses or their products can be a substitute to your business. Do you see how that works? Your indirect competitors are people that do not do the same thing with you, but their business and products or services can substitute your business, can substitute your product, and can attract your customers, and they can sell away your customers from you to them. So if you are going to analyze your competitor analysis, you must identify these two factors: your direct competitors and your indirect competitors. Your direct competitors are people that do the same thing with you. If you have a POS business and you have people around you who do the same thing, they are your direct competitors. And if you have a bank who has an ATM machine just a few minutes away from where you have your POS, that bank is your direct competitors. And so on and so forth. So this is how to identify, to do your competitive analysis. If you're going to do your competitive analysis, you must be able to mention who your competitors are. What business do they do? What is their business model? Do they also do business to business, or they do business to customers? Right? And this is how to identify, how to analyze your competitive analysis, your competitor. So if you are going to establish a sustainable business, you must be able to analyze your competitors before you start. Your existing competitors and your potential competitors. I mean your direct competitor and your indirect competitors. You must be able to give an excellent analysis of your competitors. What business do they do? Where is their location? What is their business model? What products and services do they offer? What is their strength? I'm going to come down to that level. What is their strength? What is their capacity? What is their financial strength? What is their penetration strength? What is their market strength? You must be able to give a clear analysis of your competitors here. And you must be truthful to yourself. You must be truthful to yourself. Otherwise, you will think you are doing the right business and you will be doing the wrong one. This is where you are sincere to yourself. You want to be truthful to know who are the competitors, who are the existing competitors, and what is their capacity. Are they able to override you when it comes to capacity? Right? So you must mention all your competitors when you are dealing with them, when you are talking about your competitor analysis, right? And I hope this is going to help you. If you are doing this, you must talk about their price. You must talk about their quality, right? You must talk about their price. You must talk about their quality. You must talk about their market presence. You must talk about their customers' acceptability. You must talk about their coverage. You must talk about their financial capacity. And in between this is where you are going to also pick one or two unique value proposition. If you are able to get your competitive analysis right, you will understand what is their weakness. Your competitors might not be serving their customers right. Your competitors might not be available. Your competitors might not have good distribution network. Your competitors might not have, just like I gave an example of MTN and Econet. You can simply understand what your competitors' weaknesses are. And looking at that is where you are going to build on as your own strengths. By the time we get to SWOT analysis, I'm going to explain all of these things better. But what is most important here is for you to be truthful to yourself, to identify who are your competitors. Until you are able to do that, then your business will be at risk. Identify your competitors, your direct competitors and your indirect competitors. Then after this, we are going to be talking about your SWOT analysis. Yeah, this is what we have to talk about, right? You see how everything we speak about, how they connect, how everything we speak about, how they have been able to be connected from the top to bottom. We have spoken about your industry overview. It is going to give you understanding of the sector you want to put your money in. It is going to give you understanding of your competitors or people who are already into in that industry. We have also spoken about your target market and your customer segmentation. Now we have spoken about your competitor analysis. where you're going to analyze your existing competitors. The last one here is the next one is what we are going to talk about, SWOT analysis. We are going to be talking about your SWOT analysis. And if you have your pen and paper, you can write it down. Your SWOT analysis, your understanding of your SWOT analysis is going to give you an authority over your business. It is going to give you an authority over your business. Your SWOT analysis is going to help you a lot to make decision whether you want to go ahead with this business or not. Don't forget, this is market analysis you are doing. Your market analysis is the backbone of any business you want to do. If you are able to get your market analysis right, you have a very high chance of becoming successful in that business. And here I'm going to be talking about your SWOT analysis. Your SWOT analysis is speaking about your strengths, your weakness, your opportunity and strength. Your opportunity and threats. So these are 4 attributes of a good market analysis. You must be able to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, right? Your opportunity and your threats. The same way you do for yourself is the same way you are going to identify the SWOT analysis for your competitors. Most of us do not take this serious, or most of us do not know this. But now that you know, you have to do a SWOT analysis over your competitors and over yourself. You know, we are coming from competitor analysis. You have identified your competitors. You have identified, analyzed them. You have mentioned their name, where they are, what they do, and all of that. But now you have to give it a deeper analysis. And that is why you need to do your SWOT analysis. You know, you have mentioned everything about your competitors, their strengths, their product, their customer base, their financial capacity, their penetration. You have been able to identify all of this. And you can say authoritatively what is the weaknesses they have. And this is what you want to build on, right? You have been able to plug in your value proposition here, right? Now you want to talk about yourself. And this is where you do your own SWOT analysis. The competitor analysis you did, you do their SWOT analysis using competitor analysis. You have done your competitor analysis using SWOT analysis for your competitors. But now you want to do for yourself. You want to analyze yourself, your business. Right? Yourself as an entity, your business as an entity, you want to put everything together and analyze it. And that is why you need a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is going to tell you about your strengths. Because you know the strengths of your competitors now. Your SWOT analysis is going to tell you about your weakness. Because you know the weaknesses of your competitors now. Your SWOT analysis is going to tell you about the opportunity you have. Because you have analyzed your competitors. That was the first thing we did, right? And it is also going to talk about your threats. What is the threats that you have? Because you know you have identified your competitors now. So it is easier for you to identify your threats. If you are able to do these 4 things successfully without deceiving yourself, then you'll be able to make a decision whether you want to go ahead or not. It's not just about making a decision. It is also going to help you to determine what and what you need to be successful in your business. It is also going to help you to know where you need to build more strength. And at every point, at every stage of your business, if you need to make a new decision, you bring in your SWOT analysis. If you want to expand your market, if you want to establish a new market, in relation to your business vision and mission, you bring in your SWOT analysis. You analyze your competitors and you analyze yourself. What are the strengths of your competitors over you? What are your own strengths over your competitors? What are the weaknesses of your competitors? And what are your own weaknesses too? What are the opportunities that your competitors have that you do not have? What opportunities do you have that your competitors do not have? Then what are the threats that your competitors have that you do not have? For instance, now, if I start a business that I will have to be importing raw materials from abroad, right? It might be a very good business. Even if I have customers readily available, even if I have money available, even if I have somebody to support me, even if I have everything working for me, the fact that my raw materials is sourced outside of Nigeria or outside my shore is a big threat. And if you have a competitor who already have a very good source of these raw materials, who have the control over their raw materials, who have the control over the purchase, over procurement, then it becomes an opportunity for them. Do you see how it works? Do you see how it works now? So if you are able to identify your threat over your competitors or your competitors' threat over you, it is going to give you an authority over your business. It is going to give you a control over your business. So you must be able to identify, you must be able to analyze your competitor using a SWOT analysis. At any point in time, in your business life, that you need to make a decision, you must always consider your SWOT analysis. And this is going to guide your decision-making capacity. So like I've mentioned, your SWOT analysis is simply your strength. What strengths do you have? Do you have the financial capacity? Do you have the land mass? Do you have the do you have a good market coverage? Do you have a good customer relation? Do you understand your customer's language? Do you understand what your customers want? All of these can be your strengths. Are you closer? Do you have access? Do you have a good access to raw materials? This could be your strength. Do you have a good technical know-how? Do you know the business better than any other competitors? Is it your field of specialization? If you are an architect, for instance, or a builder, for instance, and you want to go into real estate, you have a strength because it is the area of your specialization. If you have gone to school to study animal husbandry and you want to go into livestock rearing, you have the strength because it is your field, it is your area of specialization. You have the technical know-how. So this is how you identify your strength. Then your weakness. What could be your weakness? Is it finance? If you are going to start a business and you don't have finance that is required to start that business, that is a big weakness. If you are going to start a business in an environment where you don't understand their language, that is a big business, a big weakness. If you have a business or you're going to start a business that that has regulation, that comes under government regulation, like oil and gas, energy, food and drinks production, and several others, that is a big weakness. What are the weaknesses you have? If you are able to identify the weaknesses you have, then you must be able to come under it to say, these are the mitigations you want to use. These are the ways you are going to mitigate the weaknesses. How do you want to go about the weaknesses? Do you want to hire people who understand the business better than you? Do you want to employ people who understand your customer's language because you don't understand it? Like the Chinese and the foreign investors who are coming to the country to establish business, even when they don't understand the language. One of the things they do is that before they come into the country to establish the language, their business, they go and learn the language of that country first. If English is the language, they understand the language. If Arabic is the language, they make sure they understand the language. And they train their staff to understand that language before they come into the country at all. So these are ways to mitigate your weaknesses. You must be able to identify what are your weaknesses. What are the opportunities you have? The opportunities you have could be the population. If the population of your market segment is very high, then there's an opportunity for you. If you have done your market segmentation right, market segmentation is going to be talking about who are you going to be selling to. Is it for adults? Is it for young children? Is it for male? Is it for female? And so on and so forth. You want to identify the population of your market segmentation. If your market segmentations are said to you, the population is high, then that is an opportunity for you. If your market segmentation, market analysis are said to you that your customers are lacking so, and you have identified it, that is an opportunity for you. If your competitors are not able to deliver the product or services to all your customers as expected, that is an opportunity for you. Or if your competitors are not able to satisfy your customers, that is an opportunity for you. If your customers are not happy with the service delivery of your competitors, it is an opportunity for you. Or your competitors does not have the financial capacity required to deliver results, to deliver services at the maximum, that is an opportunity for you. You must understand all of this carefully. And these are things you must be able to identify while doing your business plan writing. And the threats could be government regulation. The threats could be insecurity. The threats could be bad road. The threats could be poor electricity. The threats could be anything. Think about the things that can frustrate your business. Think about the things that can hinder the success of your business. These are your threats. It could be government policies. There was a time in the country when government placed a ban on importation of rice. If you have anybody who imports rice in the country and that is their business, it is a big threat. Government policy is a big threat. It could be insecurity. If your market segmentation, your target market is in northern part of the country and where there is insecurity, it is going to be a big threat to your business. If you have your target market to be the eastern part of the country where they do sit at home, Biafra and the likes, it is going to be a big threat to your business. If you are going to be distributing political materials, or you are going to your target market are the politicians, and at any time where there is political crisis, You know you're going to be identified with a certain political party. When that's happened, your business is going to be under threat. And you must be able to identify all of this. Or if you are a politician and you have a business, and you know when there's any political crisis in the country, your business is going to be the first target. That is a big threat. You must be able to identify your threat. If you have built your business on the highland or on the main road that is subjected to government restructuring or government renovation, and if the government comes to build a new road where your business is situated, that could be a big threat. You must be able to identify. If you are doing all of this, you're not doing this for anyone. You are doing this for yourself because you don't want your business to fail. You don't compromise. You don't assume, no, it is nothing. You don't assume, no, this is not part of it. You must be able to identify what are the threats, what is going to make your business to fail. And this is why you need to do your market analysis with utmost sincerity. If you are able to do your SWOT analysis carefully and you're able to have a clear understanding, I bet you are 50% successful in this business. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is I should talk about personal analysis. But on the personal analysis, I've said a lot about it, and it's part of what we discuss in SWOT analysis. So I'm not going to bother you with personal analysis. Excuse me. I'm going to go straight to market trend. So the last thing on your market analysis is the market trend. Recently, there was an outburst on the internet, especially in the film and movie industry. The movie produced by Funke Akindele crossed 2.5 billion in revenue. And other movie producers who are colleagues were complaining about dancing to promote movie. What you need to understand about market analysis is the trend. What is the market trend? You must understand what is trending in this market. If you understand what is trending, how easy is it for you to adopt that? Today, if you are unable to promote your movie, if you are unable to promote your movie by the trend in the market, you do not have a chance. Your chance of having a successful outcome in your movie production is very low. And that is why you see in the movie industry today, there are many good movies that have been produced, but because of lack of promotion, because of poor understanding of the market trend, those were not trending. Right? So you must understand what is the market trend. What are your competitors doing? Or what are they supposed to be doing? If your competitors are supposed to be online and they are not online, then what do you do to beat them? If your competitors are supposed to be doing delivery, home delivery, and they are not doing it, what are you going to do to beat them? If your competitors are supposed to be doing customers appreciation and support, and they are not doing it, how are you going to do that to beat them? And one of the other things that you can do is giving getting feedback from customers. Today, if you buy anything from customers, from market, they want your feedback. Right? These are part of the market trend. Online promotion and advertisement. These are the new market trend. Today, I was talking to one of my business mentee, and I spoke to him about having different market base. Apart from having your market, your physical shop or your physical business, you have opportunity to establish your business in 4 other different markets, which are online: your WhatsApp, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, and your YouTube, and several other online platforms where you can promote and establish your business. This is a new market trend. As a matter of fact, a lot of businesses are doing very well online than having offline shops or offline physical business. So these are the trend in the market, and you must understand all of this carefully. If you are able to understand the market trend and you are convinced that you can adapt or adopt this as part of your market strategy, then you have an assurance that your business is going to be successful. This is where I'm going to stop on market analysis. If you are able to complete all of this, from industry overview to target market and segmentation to competitive analysis to SWOT analysis and market trend, you need to be sincere with yourself while you are writing all of this. And you must be sincere with yourself with your analysis. You must be very hardworking about it. Understand who are your competitors. Give them a clear analysis. Analyze yourself. Then you must also do a very good market trend analysis. If you are able to do this, then you can be confident that you're going to have a good control over the market. And I hope this is going to be very helpful to your business. If you have any question, this is the time to ask question, and I'll be willing to take your question and to answer it. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for staying by. So if you have any question, please let me know. If you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to put an end to this class today. So I'm going to charge you. This is the 4th module on our business plan writing class. And I'm going to charge you again to go back and write details of your market analysis based on everything we have mentioned. You do your industry overview, you do your target market and customer segmentation, you do your competitive analysis, you do your SWOT analysis, and you do your market trend based on the business idea that you have. If you are able to do this successfully, you can be very assured, you can be confident that you are going to be successful in your business. So if you have any question, please let me know and I'm going to attend to it today. But if there's no question, then we can go from here and come back again next week, same time. Thank you very much and God bless you. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. You said today's class is very interesting. Thank you very much. I can assure you we will still have a more interesting classes in a few weeks. And then by the time we complete this class, you are going to be confident in writing your own business plan. And I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for your time. And God bless you. I hope to see you next week, right? Have a lovely weekend and enjoy your day.